Hopefully we can hear this for future
God
study.
is weighing us, and we are found wanting. We are lacking in substance. Let's continue our study in the prophet Ezekiel's book. This is Ezekiel 33, as I said before the break. Be sure that you request our free booklet, Ezekiel, the End Time Prophet.
They give out such
It's a
good
large
free
booklet, in
books.
fact, that
I
really
mean, you
takes
should at least
through
take a look at them
an in-depth study
without
of the
dismissing them out
entire
of
book
hand.
of the Bible, the book of Ezekiel. We'll
Some
study
of them I
here
might
briefly
not agree with,
Ezekiel 33.
but I
And,
read them
verse 1
nonetheless.
says, "And the word of the Eternal
There's one
came
thing
unto
I
me,
learned from
saying, Son of
Jesus,
man,
it's
speak
to
the
open my
children
eye. If I
of
have
Israel, and
eyes
say to
to
them,
see,
when I bring
see.
the sword
If you have
upon a
ears
land,
to
if
listen,
the
listen.
people of the land take a man of their coast, and set him
Listen,
for their watchman,
and that's what I
if
do.
when he sees
But
the
then
sword come
you have your
upon the
free
land,
will.
he blows
That's where
the
that
trumpet
kicks in.
and
Listen
warns
to it
the
all,
people."
hear it all, and then
The
you
people of
choose what to do.
Britain, they chose a
Is that
man.
not the
As I said,
message?
it was almost too late.
Is the message to put your
1940.
fingers in your ears, close your eyes and go la 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 once you see the first thing you like and thought that'll do, that's the thing? Or mummy and daddy told you it and you know they're infallible.
But still, look at what happened
I'm sure they had your best
over the
wishes
following 5 years
at
or so,
heart.
when
Hopefully,
Churchill
but
came into office.
you know,
Just skipping down to
no
verse
one's
7.
infallible.
Again, this is for the end time. There's some history
We
here,
all need to look
going back to
into
the
it.
World War II era. But most of this chapter is for our time. And verse 7 says, "So you, O son of man," here's God now, setting a watchman unto the house of Israel. And of course, we've offered the United States and Britain in prophecy on this program before. If you're unfamiliar with the teaching regarding the end-time nations of Israel, make sure that you request that booklet. But it says here, "Therefore you shall hear the word at my mouth and warn them from me." And so God is going to sound the alarm in this end time, in these last days. Most people won't listen. Most people will tune it out. But nevertheless, there is a watchman warning going out to this world today. Notice verse 8. God continues, "When I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, you shall surely die if you do not speak to warn the wicked of from his way. That wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at your hand. Nevertheless, if you warn the wicked of his way to turn from it, if he do not turn from his way, he shall die in his iniquity, but you have delivered your soul." God talking about the watchman warning over and again, I think 8 times from verses 3 to verse 9. It says, warn. You warn them from me. Verse 10 continues, "Therefore, O you son of man, speak to the house of Israel. Thus you speak, saying, if our transgressions and our sins be upon us, and we pine away in them, how should we then live? Say unto them, As I live, says the eternal God, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but that the wicked turn from his way and live. Turn you, God says, from your evil ways, for why will you die, O house of Israel?" God's talking here about the death of nations. I mean, look, that's happened in history. We can't look at these prophecies and just say, "Oh, well, we're far too advanced for anything like this to ever happen again." Look, as much as those first 2 world wars were definitely machine wars, machine guns, tanks, aircraft, all that.
They were still
Look at how much
humans
more weaponry
behind
we
it.
have on this earth today. And then to think about nuclear bombs. This is a dangerous world, just as Paul prophesied in 2 Timothy 3 and verse 1.
A dangerous world is not, is a very
nuclear
nice
Armageddon
way to
is
put
at
it.
the door, as our little booklet brings out.
It's like they want World War III. What kind of sicko would want it? I mean, just, are you human? Do you want World War III to happen? I mean, we might sit there and go, "Oh, we have a disagreement with this thing or that thing." Some people have disagreements. They're a little racist or they're a little against one religion or another. But really, deep down, when it comes to it on a level, is it impacting your everyday life? We go, "Oh, these people are evil, that people are evil." Stop. What have they done to you in your everyday life? Nothing. Actually, they've caused me no issue. Okay, now some people have been involved and upset by, you know, terrorist attacks, namely 9/11, things like that, and ones here have been in Manchester. Yes, they're very sad. Yes, you have reason to have anger and such, of course, yes. But how do we know it was them, A, and it weren't us set up because we were told so, and B, why did they do it? Why did they do it? That's the big question, isn't it? Because we don't seem to know why. Oh, the answer seems to be it's part of their holy war. They don't seem to know that, you know, it's not the 1600s anymore. Well, clearly they know how to play with guns and stuff, so yeah, they do, and they know very well about all of our defence systems because they walked straight past them and blew up a bit of Manchester. They also got some planes flown into a couple of towers, so if they're that backwards and fighting like it's the 1600s, wow, they must have been very advanced in the 1600s. So there's that. And, you know, I really wanted to look into why. Why are they doing this? I tried to look into their history. Apparently they started off with the Jewish people and like a sect that went off in a different direction. Okay, they have a lot of holidays in common with the Jewish, but they're not Jewish. Yeah, they're different in a lot of different ways. Same as, well, not the same, but to put it into a simile sort of thing, a metaphor, it'd be like the Christians and the Catholics and the Methodists and the Puritans, they're all doing the same thing, but we're doing it in our own way. When we should all stop and say, okay, what's the most important thing? Christians, it should be Jesus, you know, the other religions have their main thing too. And that should be it. And what did he tell us? To be good, not to murder, to do all these things. Did we get express orders to go and murder this particular person? No, never. So why are we doing it? Do you even know? Do you know why you're in this war? Do you know how this war got started? No. So I'm actually looking into it, doing some essays on it. Then we'll get back to that. I'll make a couple of videos to put out that. But yeah, we need to look into that. Before you end a person's life, a person who has a mother, a father, children, before you end a person's life, should you not at least question, why am I doing this? One question, why am I doing this? Does this really need to be done? And at the end of the day, 9 times out of 10, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. But yeah, so this guy I wanted to upload is more for my research. This isn't going to be a video uploaded. If it does get uploaded, it will just be to show a little of where I've been researching some Bible stuff. I say some because I'm more of a self-reader. I get a lot of it direct from source.
When all of these prophecies come to pass, then they'll know, but it'll be too late by that point physically. So that's what's coming. You go back to the lesson from World War II.
We're like, oh well, and when we realise it, it's always too late. It's always too late when we realise.
But here it says, when all these prophecies come upon us,
it will be too late.
When it comes to pass, then they'll know.
We've seen in the sky some of Revelation actually play out in the sky. We've seen the Virgin give birth to the Son. We've seen the lion above it at her head. We've seen the dragon chasing it. Turned out to be a comet. So yeah, we're seeing it play out. And we're just like, oh look, it's the signs. Signs of the end of the world. Wow. What are we going to do, people? I'm one person. I don't have a great deal of power, clearly. What are we going to do, though? We need to organise and do something. And the fact that all these idiots are running the world, it's like the intelligent people have gone, put themselves in a place of safety, and left the family fool that they don't care about in charge of everything. You know, that's what it really feels like. So the actual people that should be in charge, who, you know, we can visibly see the world's run by criminals right now, run by criminals, and usually they try and hide that up. Usually they cover that up. They try a little bit harder to deceive us, but recently they don't try at all. They literally laugh in our face, and we laugh sometimes at it, like, oh yeah, you know, we've got Syria going on. Theresa May like, oh, the kiddies, let's send them food, which sounds like a good thing. But when you find out that the people that you know, have bombed them and shot at them and everything, making war against them, she funded all that, you know, and the United States are funding them too, and probably giving them weapons, sending them weapons and stuff. When you find that out, you're like, what? You're saying, oh, the poor kids, will you send them money? So basically, if we put this into like 100% truth message of what she's saying, hi world, hi UK, sorry, I am your Prime Minister. I've supported a country who's blown up a load of kids. I'm feeling a little guilty about it. How about you? Wait a minute, pay your taxes, make sure I'm paid first, but then with that little bit of money you got left, those last few pennies, can you send it over to the kids that are still alive from the bombing that was done by the people that I'm funding? I mean, that's the real truth message. But what do we get? We get a video which is probably 20 years old. I mean, half of these videos about, oh, send water to Africa and all this lot, yeah. Yes, I have a heart, yes, I feel sad, yes, I've sent money to Africa and that before, and things like that. But my point is, we've been sending all this money for so long, and I look at these videos and I think, wait a minute, this is a replay of a video from when I was a kid. So, where are the new videos? It's just so weird. So, you know, there's that. Anyway, this was just for research. We'll come back.